Joining us now for more on the war in Ukraine and specifically the impact that it's having for children is UNICEF spokesperson James Elder, who is in Lviv tonight. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Elder. More than half of Ukraine's children, a staggering 4.3 million, have been displaced in just 4 weeks, as you know. What do Ukraine's children need most right now?
Oh, Lindsay, first and foremost, it's protection. You know, we still have bombardments continuously, whether it's the cities that we hear a lot, Mariupol, or whether it's Chernihiv or Sems, there are bombardments ongoing. And when we talk about these kids displaced, we mean hiding in bunkers. We mean being protected by their mothers, or in cases we mean being outside the reach of protection and being killed. So first and foremost, it's that. And then we have enormous needs around trauma and medical supplies across this country, protection as well for refugee children. So it's a huge list because the bombardments do continue in heavily populated areas.
And UNICEF is working to get emergency supplies to children still in Ukraine. Have your deliveries been able to get through?
Yeah, look, happily we've had a huge amount get through. I mean, we're talking about truck after truck after truck, trucks on trains to almost 50 hospitals across cities in the country with medical supplies, those, oxygen, resuscitation kits, obstetric kits, because mums are giving birth. Sorry, it's just hearing that mums are giving birth in bunkers. I've seen those hospitals and they're so critical. We are getting those supplies through, or water supplies and generators, but not everywhere. No way are we getting them into those areas that are still under intense bombardment. We're taking rapid response missions to the edge of those front lines.
And talk to us specifically about the situation where you are on the ground there in Lviv as far as children are concerned right now.
Lindsay, I think the biggest thing that worries us here is trauma. We've got so many children have come through here. It's a bit of a almost jumping off point to Poland. The numbers have slowed, but the needs have grown. When we say trauma, we really do mean when you get continuous stress on a child, when they are in a bunker, when they are out of school, when they watch their mum and dad farewell each other. We're talking about children spending night after night in bunkers. Some of them we reach with, like recreational, literally counsellors in Kharkiv, the second city here. They're all in the metros night after night. And we've got counsellors playing games and so on. Many we don't. So trauma is a real thing, and it has an impact beyond where we are now, Lindsay. We talk about, lifelong development and mental health and even income generation for these kids. So trauma is something we're addressing here heavily. And then when you have air raids here, as we did a couple of nights ago, you see it in these kids' faces. And their parents like, oh no, not again. So I think that level of stress is the biggest thing we're trying to address here. And we address it through the things I mentioned, and education online. Anything like that makes a big difference.
And what kinds of resources are you all able to provide for families who have made it out?
Yeah, look, a lot of support comes in education. That's going to be a big need too. I think there's two areas I speak to. It's education and health. But right now, honestly, Lindsay, our biggest concern is trafficking and exploitation. I have Ukrainian colleagues here who honestly do 18 hours a day, then maybe 2 or 3 hours with their families who are also displaced, and then a couple of hours sleep. But if there's one thing that keeps us all awake around this region, it is that risk of trafficking. So we do a lot of work there. It's about boosting policing. It's about getting messages to families. It's about getting messages to volunteers about what to look out for. I think that maybe not in the number, but in terms of what that means to an individual who thought they were getting safe, having left a war zone, that one. And as we move forward, education and healthcare are huge areas for those governments who have absorbed so many people, and for agencies like UNICEF to help with.
If this conflict is to drag on for several months, developmentally, what types of issues will arise for these children of this war?
Yeah, look, it's a great question, and it's really worrisome. It's heartbreaking, to be honest, because we see it. We've seen it from Yemen to Syria. The longer it goes on, the longer a crisis is, the longer children are separated from their families, from their fathers rather, which has happened en masse. The longer they hide in bunkers. Some parents play games with them and tell them that no, bombs are fireworks and we're just running down here. it doesn't last for long. Kids are savvy and smart. They understand. All of a sudden, 5 weeks after being normal in playgrounds, they're at war. So it's that long-term mental health that is our greatest concern for these kids. And the only way out of that, beyond all the help we're offering now, is for some sort of a peace settlement, at least stop these indiscriminate attacks where civilian areas are.
UNICEF spokesperson James Elder, we really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us tonight. Thank you for all that you're doing, and stay safe there in Lviv.
Thanks, Linsey. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.